What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Diablo 3 build guide. This one's going to be going over Season 18. Working a lot on the PTR. This is going to be going with the LOD, the Legacy of Dreams gem, the new one for Season 18. And it's going to be a rapid fire build, right? This is good for pushing really high GRs and all that good stuff. When I was building this, actually, I was able to go all the way up to 97 before full augments and full ancient. So, and you're going to want to do that anyway. Just get the gem to 99. At rank 99, it's 375%, and then you it doubles for every ancient you have, right? So I'm gonna go through all the gear, the skills, and then kind of run through a little bit of a GR75 to kind of show you how it works. There'll be a Diablo fans link in the description, so let's get started. All right, starting off with skills here, we're gonna be using Vengeance with side cannons, and then Rapid Fire with Bombardment. We're gonna use Fan and Eyes with Bladed Armor, Shadow Power with Gloom, Preparation with Focused Mind, Companion with Wolf Companion, and then for our passives, we're going to use Archery, Call of the Week, Grenader, and an Ambush. We are also using our Hellfire Amulet, and we want Numbing Traps on there as well. So whatever you do on your Hellfire Amulet, just get one of those 5 passives, and you'll be good. You will have kind of a difficulty getting the ancient Hellfire Amulet. I probably made like, oh, I don't know, 40 or 50 of these, but that's kind of a min-max thing. It doesn't really hold you back at all. I think I'm like all but 3 pieces ancient right now, and everything's augmented too, so you know it's well over 100 GR 100 and stuff like that. So with that being said, and also for the potion, we're going to be using the diamond potion just because we want more resist all. Because a lot of what we're going to do in this build is we're just going to get into a mass of monsters, and we're just going to hang out and we're just going to blow shit up, right? So having things like Shadow Power, Phantom Knives, and Vengeance and all that stuff, and all these things that are just going to help us kind of stay alive, right? All right, so going over the gear here, our slots are going to be, we're going to use Mental Channeling. We're going to want some area damage on here, and you can also get some cooldown reduction if you so desire. I'm sitting at, what am I at, 21 cooldown reduction. Not a big deal. It's not, Vengeance is not as important as other Demon Hunter builds in this, but you could go for 36%, just kind of help you out a little bit. I do find that area damage helps a little bit as well. Your helm is going to be the Visage of Goons, the VOG, and you're going to want crit, rapid fire, and dexterity on here. Now, I opted for an ancient here, so I'm still actually looking for the absolute good roll here. But if you had to prioritize one or the other, look at how much rapid fire you've got stacked versus how much crit chance you have, and just kind of make a decision there. Like I said before, your amulets can be Hellfire Amulet. You preferably want Dex Crit Crit, or if you can get cooldown Crit Crit with a socket. You want to put it with one of your 5 passives on that as well. Your fists are going to be Mage Fists for the fire damage. Your fire skills get more damage. You want Crit Crit and some cooldown here. I just had to roll another crit on here, so that's why my cooldown's so low. I kind of prioritize more crit chance, but it's still fine. You know, you just don't have uptime for Vengeance as you probably would want. And then you have Cinder Coat for your chest piece, more fire damage stacked here, Dex, Vit, and I'm running with all diamonds in my chest and pants just for more survivability. Our bracers are going to be Nemesis bracers. We're going to have fire damage on this as well. We want crit, we want dexterity, we want vitality, all the good stuff. This will help us kind of run faster. We're not using vault or displacement or anything that gets us around the rift very fast, so we're kind of going slow and methodical. So this actually helps us kind of like complete things a little bit faster, especially in dry areas of the rift. Hellcat Waist Guard is our belt. We're going Dex, Vit, All Res, Life Percentage. We want to try to get up to 5 bounces, but anywhere between 4 and 5 is good. 3 bounces might be a little low. I'd try to get like somewhere in the middle or the high end, but this is going to help you kind of like be able to fire, kind of move around and readjust and all that stuff. You're also going to be using Unity, and with your follower, you want Unity on there as well, and then you want to have a can't die token. This will help double your toughness as well. If you're running this in a party, I'd say you could try drop Unity and go with something like probably like Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac or something of that sort. For your pants, we're gonna go with Swamp Land Waders. This is gonna give us even more fire damage on our gear. This actually has intelligence on it, but we gotta re-roll it as well. But if you find one, you can just kind of like throw it in the socket. I just didn't want to mess with this too much because it has it's already ancient, and I'm not losing a whole lot since I have such high Paragon. If you don't have high Paragon, if you don't have like 16,000 dexterity, you probably do want to make sure that this has dexterity on it, and then you're just gonna have to keep re-rolling the cube until it's ancient with fire damage. And then you have Convention of Elements just to help with a little bit more, you know, on that fire cycles where you want to kind of set up and go crazy. This ring also, you want Dex Crit Crit. If you can go cooldown Crit Crit. and then your weapon's gonna be dawn. You want like damage percentage, and then you can go for like attack speed. Really not gonna do much for you because you're channeling rapid fire, but cooldown on here would be good too. I'd go like damage percent, dex, vit, and then get the high cooldown. I've got 54 or 51 or 65. So and then our boots are going to be the illusory boots because we want to be able to move through walls and stuff. We don't want to get stuck. This still has movement speed on it because I put this guide on the PTR. I'm not going to sit here and go min max to make a build guide, or else I'd make like one build guide a month. But here you want like dex, vit, all res, rapid fire, and that'll be good for you. Sin Seeker, this is required just because it allows their rapid fire to have no channel cost, and it deals increased damage. Stats to be had here are going to be a crit chance. You want rapid fire damage, attack speed not so much, but it's going to be kind of hard to like get rid of all the attack speed on this unless you really start like hunting around. But I'd say dex, vit, crit, and then rapid fire is pretty good. What else we got? Legendary gems. We're going to have Man of the Trapped because we're going to be kind of in trying to get around and inside big groups of people. It's going to help activate like Cold Week and stuff like that. And then I'm using Pain Enhancer as well just to bring up more bleed effects around the targets that we're fighting. And then obviously we have Legacy of Dreams, and you want to get this maxed out to 99 as fast as possible because the damage scale on here per gym level is pretty good. Now as far as the cube goes, we're going to be using the Assaulter. This is going to get a rapid fire increased damage, and as longer you channel it. So every time you stop and like start posting up, you're gonna want to try to get that stack to 30 and then start just going crazy and try to stay in place as much as you can. Aquila Cross is going to give us some damage reduction because we're going to be keeping our hatred really high. And then Elusive Ring, this is going to proc every time we use Shadow Power. So if you're sitting there taking a lot of damage, hit Shadow Power, it'll reproc Elusive Ring just for more survivability. As far as just follower go, make sure you just have Unity. You have your immortality token, and just give them some weapons and stuff. I usually like using this, the S of Johan, because it kind of groups everybody together, kind of helps you out a little bit. As far as Paragon goes, if you're not over 800, I'd say that you're probably going to be focusing on movement speed first and then all dexterity. If you have survivability issues, maybe half, put a few points into vitality. For offense, we're definitely going to go crit chance, damage, and then cooldown reduction, and then attack speed. And then for defense, we're going to want to go resist all, life, armor, and then life regen. And then utility, we're going to use resource cost reduction, area damage, life per hit, then gold fine. Once you get over 800 though, just start stacking everything into dexterity and you'll be good. All right, let's go and jump into this GR75 really quick. Show you the rotation and all the good stuff. When you're in here, all I'm worried about really is just like keeping all my buffs up. And as you see, we're using the Grenader stuff here, so you have some bounces. I usually try to skip trash, to be honest. I'm gonna go for like here up here, the lead pack. I'm gonna try to go like right into the mess and just kind of post up right here, and then whenever I can, I'm gonna try to just use my potion, just give me more all res. But that's pretty much it. I mean, you're just gonna like kind of move around. Force move is, I'd say, pretty important here. I have force move on my scroll wheel, so it helps me because since we have illusory boots, will allow us to like walk through a bunch of stuff. But it's even at 75, like it's you have a little bit of delay waiting for the impact of the grenades. But with high density GRs, when you start really pushing up over 100 is where it really kind of shines. You're able to just go in, get in the midst of everything and just kind of post up like right here. You are still kind of sensitive to some of fixes, so you're gonna have to kind of watch out for it. But a lot of them won't really necessarily hurt you too bad, because if you have all diamonds and you like try to get all res on some gear, you could be over 1,000 on each. And then obviously you have a lace, obviously you have like a elusive ring, all that stuff kind of helping you out as well. As far as single target goes, it's not much different. Like, the single target and, the air damage, you're not going to get a whole lot of proc on if it's single target GR or single target Rift Guardian. But it's not really a big deal. As long as you keep your stacks at 30 with Sin Seekers, you'll be good. And you just kind of, progress through here. You're not going to be trying to like set a bunch of records. It's more like, marathoning with this build. Really powerful, really tanky for a DH. And you don't always have to have side cannons up. I usually save side cannons for when I'm actually just getting right in the midst of a lot of density and stuff like that. So I'm not going to walk through stuff like this. You can just kind of throw off a few grenades and then move on, depending on what the level of GR you're doing and if that's actually going to kill them when you run away. But as you see, that's kind of the idea, right? Very powerful build. I've been playing this build for the past few days on PTR. and it scales really nicely too. It still has a long way to go. You can get all ancients on it, get all 90 augments on it, and get all the rolls and everything correctly, and it'll push really high. And we have Oculus Ring 2 is what I also recommend for the follower, since you are posting up. And if you said you'll be playing this in season 18, all those other little, like, you know, power, cooldown, and resource cost reduction fields that you can stand in will help too. So it's kind of like a build that allows you to, like, kind of utilize those power rings. That's another reason why I'm not, like, putting a whole lot of emphasis on cooldown reduction, because we will have those cooldown reduction rings that will proc on the ground. As you can see here, this is walls. Walls will be blocked. The walls will block your grenades, and so will, like, the slow time bubbles and stuff like that that some elites have. You can walk through walls though, so if you see your grenades being kind of blocked by those walls, just like move right past them and you'll be good to go. We're gonna go and finish this rip completely, just so you can kind of see. There's only a 75. We're way over geared for the 75, since we have, like, the majority of our stuff augmented. We're like 10 of 13 augment and 10 of 13 ancient. And we're at, you know, I think standing in town, we're at like 2.6 million, which is pretty good. And also that a lot of that contributes to having like 1,500 Paragon as well. But even if, without the massive amount of dexterity from augments and Paragon, it's still very powerful because of how the damage scales on Legacy of Dreams. And if you don't need, like, things like Unity, or you're playing solo, like I said, you can use Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac to help keep your vengeance down and all that stuff like that. You know, the ring slots are kind of open to kind of whatever you want to use. I just find that, you know, the damage boost from the fire cycle on Dimension of Elements is nice. As you can see here, we don't really have any survivability issues with this. The density is kind of low as well, but even if we went up to like a 95, we were able to, like, kind of just jump in and we're able to hold our own and keep that 30 stack and just throw grenades out and kill stuff. If you're farming, like, you know, level ups or, like, you know, anything like that, it's not going to be as fast as, like, Impale moving through the rift. But if you have 5 bounces on Hellcat Wasteguard and all that stuff like that, you see, you can just kind of, like, stand in one spot and you can kind of kill everything. You can, like, edge the screen a little bit and just kind of clear everything out. And those bounces will kind of help go further even past that from what you can see. This should be a short level. Hopefully we're just going to find the Rift Guardian here so you can kind of see what single target looks like. If the Rift Guardian has ads, it's just even more easier because you'll get, like, Oculus Ring procs and it will just increase your damage even more, which is going to be just kind of normal. You might not even have to have Oculus Ring on your follower, since the season 18 buff will kind of give you a power buff. But, you know, that power ring plus Oculus's ring stacking, I like to kind of see how that affects our high-end GR pushing. As you can see here, as I'm channeling, down at the bottom of the screen on my buffs, it has 30. That's kind of where you want to stay at when you're in density. Once you stop and move, you're going to have to reset it, right? And if we use Shadow Power, you can still use Shadow Power and stuff like that, and it'll be fine. But anytime you have to stop channeling, it's just going to immediately get rid of that buff. Come on. And that's kind of what you got to be looking out for too, is if you're going into big density or you're pushing really high NGR, make sure you are keeping that 30. You don't want to try to, like, you don't want to, like, rapid fire and then move, rapid fire, then move, rapid fire, move. All of the meat and potatoes of this build is just standing in place. It's all the best you can. Like, there's an elite up there, and I'm just gonna, like, stand here. Even though there's an Oculus Ring there, you have to kind of make a decision whether or not you want to get into it. You know, sometimes I just let Oculus Ring kind of, like, you know, if it spawns underneath me, cool. But moving towards it to drop a stack, I'm not really interested in that too much. And there you go. For leveling the gym, as far as I got pretty lucky. I managed to just, like, get up to, like, GR 97 and just kind of hang out at 30% upgrade to get it to 99. You know, but if you're getting really good luck on augments, or if you're getting really good luck on your gym upgrades and stuff like that, you might be able to do it even sooner. But getting it to 99 is basically, you know, probably priority 1 after you start getting all the, you know, required ancients as well. Because even if you don't have an ancient item, it's still going to give you a damage boost, right? But if they're ancient, it's going to give you even more of a boost. So really, I guess the cycle of gearing for this build alone is going to be first start finding the pieces, just the regular pieces of the gear you need. leveling your LOD gem, and then once you have everything piece you need, start farming with it and start slowly replacing all those pieces with ancient. Then you start augmenting them at least like level 50 or even 70, and then by the time you get to like augment 90s and everything's ancient and your gem's 99, you're gonna be clearing up to probably like 115, 120 with this. You're not gonna be going super fast, but you're gonna be doing a lot of damage. Also, this is really good for like, you know, doing bounties as well, like chest events and stuff like that, because you can literally just sit here and just cast rapid fire all day, right, and not have to worry about too much. I did Ubers last night with this for like a long ass time, and even Ubers on 16 are easy as hell. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will put the link of for the Diablo fans link for the build in the description and everything, so you can see it, show all the roles, all that good stuff. But yeah, I enjoy it. I'll probably be playing this in season 18 when we actually get off of PTR. I've enjoyed it that much, and I will see you guys next time.